welcome to this January 2026 edition of Monroeville at your service. I'm your Assistant Manager, MK, here with you and ready to kick off another year of this amazing show. To do that, I'm here with a special guest, none other than our Municipal Manager, Graziani. Alex, we're shaking it up in 2026. How about it?
Sounds great to me. Let's get it going.
Absolutely. You know, we have a lot of really amazing things coming up, and one of those is our newly adopted 2026 budget. And the way we approached the budget this year, we really focused on measurable goals and accountability. Can you kind of touch on that for us?
Yeah, I'm so proud of all the work that people put in the budget, particularly you and our other department heads. And what we're trying to do is mimic what we see in the private sector, which is data-driven decisions. So it's really important for us to kind of know what it is that is excellent in service, whether that's police protection, fire, EMS, public works, dealing with road quality, ride quality, or snow plowing, and figuring out what are the metrics of success, what do they look like, and begin to work at measuring those. Unfortunately, unlike the private sector, we lack the cues to know whether we're successful or any good at it. You know, it's either the sandwich sells, the McRib sells, or it doesn't. And that's what the private sector gets. Public sector, sometimes we often provide services in the dark, if you will, a bit without knowing whether we're very good at it. So we're really determined this year to begin by seeing if we're good at it, by measuring what we do and seeing if we can measure for success.
Thank you. Measuring goals and just really outlining a strategic plan is important, but I think communication and communicating what we're doing is also important. The communications department and our team have been doing a fantastic job in 2025, going into 2026 to really just get communication, outreach, and information out there. How do you envision our social media output, or how could we better reach people in 2026?
Well, really, it began with the investments that Council made last year by allowing the communications department to morph into a new level of just everything, particularly social media. So with Jared Robinson's leadership as department head and the hiring of staff, we are focused on being in that arena. The reality is, even just recently with the announcement of the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette ending publication this year, as we know it, is just earth-shattering or shaking. I mean, it's very different than what communications or media was as recently as just a few years ago. And what that means is we have to be in the arena of social media, and we're doing that. We hired a new full-time staff this year, Eli, and others, including the library, the senior center, public works, police departments are getting involved in that social media arena, and we need to be there. I think often a lot of local government officials were reluctant to get into the space because of the negativity that seems to be predominant or prevalent in social media. But I like our approach is to be factual, to be accurate, at times be fun, and to be constant in the communication with our residents, hoping to develop direct pathways to the citizens and visitors of Monroeville that will be that source for them to find out what's going on.
Great, and I want to follow up with that because I concur that social media is growing, especially in local government where traditionally it hasn't been as successful. And I think moving into new generations while trying to find a balance between the way that people love to receive information, how would you say, in addition to social media, that we're going to focus on community connection, whether that's through an open door policy or any other opportunities that you might find to connect with residents other than social media?
Well, one of the initiatives we're hoping to launch this year in 2026 is in a space that I mentioned earlier with the newspaper. Most of us remember the times where we got Newsweek or Time mailed to us every week, and we had the daily newspaper, and the mail was more than just junk mail. There was real substantive information that people were getting. Well, they're not looking for that anymore, and as we know it, those publications are gone. So I'm hoping actually to do what might be counterintuitive, and that's to enter the vacuum of the void created by those publications going away and having our own Monroeville newsletter mailed to every resident and business in the community so that we can directly communicate with our residents all that's going on in our community, particularly areas where we're maybe falling short. And those are areas of the budget or areas of our council and the decisions they're making that affect people's lives with adjustments to services or new codes and regulations.
That's a great way to be really transparent and to really focus on different and various ways that we can outreach and give information to our residents. Speaking of giving information to our residents, we also just passed a capital improvements plan. That is a 5-year plan, and we're into that first year, looking forward ahead to some new projects coming up. How would you describe to people listening, why do we do capital planning? What's the purpose of that?
Yeah, it's really about being good stewards with the taxpayer's purse and making great long-term decisions. I'm really proud of the work that went into that. Particularly, again, I give you a lot of credit. You came on last year as a new assistant manager. It's the first time in well over a decade that Monroeville had an assistant manager, and you unleashed all kinds of energy and enthusiasm for getting involved and putting that capital plan together. But it's really about knowing that things don't last forever, including buildings, but particularly equipment, which we're so reliant on to protect the streets, plow the roads, and take care of this community. And we can't be surprised when things break. We have to be proactive and anticipate. What we experienced over COVID particularly was really disruptive to local governments in one specific area, and that is the time lag it takes to get equipment. It used to be, whether it was a fire truck or something as simple as a police car, let alone a dump truck or a garbage truck, that we could get those relatively quickly when we placed an order. We received, at the end of 2025, a dump truck that we ordered in like 2022. That is a 3-year lag time between when we placed the purchase order and got it. And fire trucks are even longer at times, depending on the sophistication of the truck. Even police cars, we saw 18 months from the day we ordered it to the day we received it, which puts a lot of pressure on us to be better at fleet management and long-term decision-making, because we can't wait till it breaks and then order a new one. We have to anticipate the end of a life cycle and order it early enough so when the life cycle is near its end, we're in possession of the replacement.
Thank you for being so transparent about the timeline. Sometimes it's hard when we can go out personally and just buy vehicles the same day or purchase capital things for ourselves, and just really understanding how that process is and how it creates transparency as we move forward in strategic planning. You mentioned a lot of things that we're going to be doing, like transparency, outreach, more communication, and that really just focuses on what our mission, vision, and values here are in the municipality. And 2 of those are integrity and compassion, as well as providing a high quality of life. How do you envision taking the endeavors that we're doing and showing how we're going to live out our values as a team?
One of the most wonderful things about working here in Monroeville is the staff already was doing a lot of these things by who they were. The past councils and leadership of Monroeville hired well. Even with the communications department, some of the folks who are helping us today, and I think of our public works and police, these are people who are really dedicated to a career public service. And what does that mean? Well, that means putting people first. That means really putting their needs above the needs of self, for example. It's serving with compassion, it's serving with caring. We have staff here who really listen to people. We had an incident just recently with a couple who was facing eviction. And while that is a private matter between a landlord and a tenant, we were able to involve ourselves in critical ways to get relief for this couple. The husband was a veteran, and he didn't know all the services that he had access to, but we were able to work with them. And I saw a number of staff members go over and above to help in this situation. We could have easily dismissed that as something that really is none of our business, or just let that be handled by the tenant and the landlord. But that wasn't good enough for, I think, a number of our team. And it was great to watch them in action kind of go above and beyond to serve these people who live in Monroeville and really need service and need help, and we were able to provide that. That's just one small example of how mission, vision, and values matter, and why we need to be committed to the residents to have a high standard of performing those, and behind all of that is ethics. Ethics is the idea of doing right when no one's looking, and we are all about that here. We have to have a high standard because the public trust that we have can never be broken. It's people's money that's not our own, and we must be good stewards of that. We can't do that by doing anything less but high standards. So all of those are boiled together. I could go on and on about the subject of mission and vision and values, but at the end of the day, it's about outcomes. what are we doing with the money? Are things improving in Monroeville? Are things getting better? And it goes back to your initial question, and that's why budget matters and knowing what the metrics of success are.
Thank you. There are so many different moving parts to running local government, and I do believe that, this team with its wonderful leadership, with you steering the ship, I think that we're going to have some really great outcomes for 2026. And just on an ending note, are there any goals that you want to talk about, just personally for yourself or for your immediate staff for 2026?
At the end of the next year, is the term that was in my head is next level. Whether it's personally or professionally, each of us have to be thinking, what's the next level into the new year? I like the idea of New Year's resolutions. I like the idea of looking back at the past year and noting areas of growth, whether that was personally or professionally, and thinking, how can we go to the next level next year? And so for me, I'm really motivated. I was able to, with the council, have a 2-year extension to my contract. That's all we can have is the length of 2 years as municipal managers. And just really humbled by the leadership saying I could hang around for another 2 years. And what it does for me is motivate me to want to kick it up to the next level in service to them. We have a lot of audiences in local government, and particularly in managers, whether that's staff, the public and the businesses and the residents of Monroeville, or the elected officials themselves. And how do we meet their needs, be good listeners, me particularly, without neglecting the other audiences? And I'm really committed to the local government officials this year of trying to better understand the direction they want for this community and serve them well. As stewards, there's a recognition that this is not our own. We serve at the bequest or at the desire of others. And so to do that well and be a good steward, we must be good listeners. So I'm really committed this year, and hopefully this time next year I can look back and say, I did go to the next level when it came to listening and serving and being a good steward of something that's not my own.
Thank you. And just to close, thank you for serving Monroeville. We're lucky to have you, and I know that myself and the team are looking forward to 2026 and all the things we have in store.
The privilege is all mine, and thank you for all that you've done, jumping in the way you have with lots of enthusiasm and an incredible amount of talent and knowledge. We couldn't be doing half of what we do without you, so thank you.
Alex, thank you so much for having me on the show. It's been a pleasure, and with that, I'm going to hand it back over.
Wonderful. Coming up next, we're going to have an overview of the organizational meeting to start out 2026. We're going to take a look back into 2025 with Shop with a Cop, and I'll have my manager's minute. Stay tuned. Welcome back to this January 2026 edition of Monroeville at your service. We've all been shopping, right? Shopping with friends, family, or even by yourself at your favorite store can be a real treat. But how often do you get to shop with a cop? Well, recently, 60 area students were paired with local law enforcement agencies to do just that. And 2 even got the extra special distinction of being matched with some of our very own officers here in Monroeville.
I'm Officer Ratcher. We're here today for 2025 Shop with a Cop. Let's do it.
Please utilize the other registers, which I think are 9, 10, and 11, if I'm not positive. But those registers, well, 8, 9, and 10? 8, 9, and 10. 8, 9, and 10 in the garden center. Obviously, there's snacks for the kids. There's a photo booth. Have fun with that.
Have you ever been here before at this Walmart? No? Me neither. So we're going to figure it out. No, for sales Walmart?
Yeah, it's not what I think too.
All right, well, we'll find the Legos. Found them. Was there a certain set you were looking for?
It's our chance to get back to the community. We're taking kids of need into Walmart. They get $150 to buy whatever they want. They get to spend a little bit of time with a police officer from their town, get to know us, we get to know them.
Thank you. That was nice of you getting your friend something. That was cool. Good job, man.
$39.97.
You got $4 left.
That is a whole stand on it, too.
That's crazy.
Yep.
And you can get a small Lego for like $60, but this... Oh, I gave you a silly face because I was talking in the middle of it. Now, oh boy. We can't... No, we're just gonna stick with it, right? Hey, seat. He's excited. He's been in the car for a little bit. There you go. Good boys. Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
All right, you want to get your stuff in the car? Oh yeah, like a glove. I know exactly where we're going first then, because we're going to get him some toys to play with. There's cars right there. That's Paw Patrol. Oh, man down. I got you. Want that one? Yeah? All right, let's throw it in there. That's a helicopter. Okay, all right. You want all of them? Okay. You want to go this way? There's a bunch of pink stuff up there. It looks like it might be up your aisle. No? Are you a pink girl or no? No? Okay, sorry. You like to play board games with Dad? Yeah? You ever play Operation before? You want an Operation game? They got all kinds of games here. Beat the Parents game. Battleship. Here, I'll get out of your way so you can look. Calnado? No, I don't blame you. That sounds a little weird. Do you ever play Rock'em Sock'em? Rock'em Sock'em Robots? No? That's a fun one. That's a classic. I used to play it all the time when I was a kid. I'm undefeated. I never lost.
Wow.
I did, but we don't talk about it.
Oh,
this one.
Lightning McQueen?
This one.
Prince.
This one. Okay, we're just... You want all of them?
Yeah.
Okay. It's a school bus, it's a fire truck, and it's a garbage truck or recycling. Throw it back there. Red one. This one has, is that Mickey? This one has Mickey on it. You got the one with Spider-Man on it? Okay. Stick your tongue out. You want to do a silly one? You guys left me hanging. You didn't stick your tongue out. Thank you. Hey, Sutton, I got one more surprise for you. You know what I have in my car? What do you think I use this for? Well, you said you wanted to be a vet, right? So I got a doggy in my car. You want to meet him? Yeah? He's pretty cool, huh? So when you're older and taking care of dogs, maybe I'll bring Benny to you so you can take care of him.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity for us to give back to the community.
The Shop with a Cop program helps kids annually who are victims of crimes or unfortunate circumstances, and is truly a wonderful program. Thanks to our officers that participated and brought some smiles to a few kids' faces. Quite frankly, it's indicative of how our officers serve Monroeville. We go from local officers to local officials, and specifically the elected kind. Earlier this month, 6 elected officials were sworn in to their positions within our local government. 3 were re-elected to their same positions, while 2 new council members will get their first taste on the board. And a former councilman moves over to the mayor's seat. Here's a quick recap of the proceedings of that special night.
I, Dennis Biondo, Joseph Hizzy,
John Washington,
Michael Adams,
Allison Ramsey,
Patrick Fulkerson,
do solemnly swear
or affirm
that I will support,
obey,
and defend the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and the laws,
ordinances,
and Home Rule Charter
of the Municipality of Monroeville.
I will discharge the duties of my office
with fidelity.
I just want to take the time to thank all the people that supported me in my endeavor to occupy this seat in the first place. and all the people that took the time to help educate me, because I'm feeling very comfortable for now and looking forward to working with everybody. I think we have a really nice team here. That's why I'd like to be a part of it, and I'm looking forward to the future in 2026. Thank you.
Just want to say thank you for everybody welcoming me to council. Thank you for the residents for trusting me to fulfill this role, and to my family, and can't wait to work with everybody.
Welcome back, Mr. Hizzy. Welcome, Mr. Washington. Welcome back, Mr. Adams. Welcome, Allison. Have fun sitting next to Bob over there.
It's going to be great. I'm very excited.
And I am excited for the next couple of years. Also a little bit nervous, but it's going to be good. It's going to go great.
I'm really looking forward to serving again with Pat Fulkerson, our tax collector, with Joe Hizzy and Mike Adams, two of the council members who are reelected. Of course, the two new council members, John Washington and Allison Ramsey. And I can't wait to get started with our new mayor, Dennis Biondo, who moved over from the 7th Ward Council position to the mayor seat. We're going to have a great year working together as a team and expect big things from us. 2026 is going to be a wonderful year. I'm so excited. It's going to be a year of celebration. America 250, where we're celebrating the 250th anniversary of the founding of our country. Monroeville 75, celebrating the 75th anniversary of when Monroeville became a municipality. And the 70th anniversary of the Eisenhower Interstate System. All three come together, I think, to create a special narrative and story of what Monroeville's all about. America 250. We, as a part of the Pittsburgh region, we're the gateway to the West. So much from Lewis and Clark throughout our history started in Pittsburgh and went west and saw our great nation go from coast to coast. Monroeville 75 years ago, the burgeoning post-World War II suburbs of eastern Allegheny came into being with the formation of Monroeville from Patton Township. And it wouldn't have been possible, quite frankly, with the Eisenhower Interstate System. In 1956, Congress passed the Interstate Highway Act, which created what we know as I-76, or the Pennsylvania Turnpike, I-376, or we affectionately call the Parkway East. Together, that put Monroeville on the map, and the burgeoning post-World War II suburbs were able to be built out. All of the 30,000 residents, hundreds of businesses, thousands of visitors are able to come here because of that wonderful infrastructure, that wonderful legacy. In 2026, we're going to not only celebrate the past, but we're going to be dedicated to the future. This year, the Monroeville Mall will be redeveloped. The beginning of the redevelopment of Monroeville Mall is a historic event. In the 1960s, when Oxford Development was dreaming up the Monroeville Mall as we know it, for 40, 50 years, we've lived with their ideas, with their vision. That's what's going to happen this year. Plans will be submitted by Cypress Equities that will redefine how Monroeville functions for decades to come. It's a very exciting time, and you don't want to miss it. Nor do you want to miss any of the episodes of Monroeville at your service. Thank you for watching today. I'm so excited to have Dr. Lang with me today and having her turn the table on me and ask the questions and me give the answers. But I'm so thankful for you, our viewers, for taking the time to watch the show. It's an honor to serve here. And this year, the 2026, we will do all we can to steward that which has been given to us well, so that in the future, they can look back and say, we served with integrity and dignity. Thanks for watching. Be blessed and stay safe.